powerful word. So the thing of this journey, thank you, you've used a very powerful word. On this journey to making money while you're doing nothing, the money should not be doing nothing. The money, in the word that you have used there, is idle.
Idle.
You can't be idle and your money is idle.
Yes.
Explain the different places people have idle money. I think that's the question now.
First of all, let me just address something very clearly. Idle money is a big problem. Again, we talked about this as a currency. When you keep money idle, the whole concept of the dam starts to come in.
Yep.
By the way.
You have blocked
because
the flow.
you are a poor manager. Are you understanding me, Richie? When I'm looking for who am I going to give an opportunity to manage my resources, if I look and I see Richie just keeps it here, am I going to give Richie? Never ever. If I see Aizo he's put it there, he's done that, and I'm looking for a manager for my money, I will go to the guy who seems to know what to do with it. And that's what happens with money. All of us are stewards. We are managers of the resources that God has given us. And I can promise you, if you're not doing something with what you've already been given, the money that you have money sitting in your account doing nothing, you will not get more.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. But if you get into a habit of making sure that money leaves, you're going to get more. It's a river that flows. It's a currency.
Today that thing of cash flow has blown my mind.
Yeah. So anyway, what was your question?
So my question then becomes, where then do I put this idle money? Or actually, no, let me start with it. Where are people currently putting
money idle?
Idle.
Yeah. So there's bank accounts. A lot of bank accounts.
Number one.
Billion.
That's
trillions.
Number one.
Hold on. Say that again.
Yes.
It is trillions of shillings are in bank accounts.
Yes.
Idle.
In fact, let me put it this way. I did this study of total bank deposits in Kenya for the last 20 years. And there was no year it ever declined.
Oh, wow.
It has been a consistent rise. Yeah? And now it must be over 4 trillion shillings. So those are bank balances in deposits. And
not being used. And probably the biggest percentage of it is not for transactions.
This is the 500 bob you leave in your bank account, the 1,000 bob, and some people who just want to see a big bank balance of 3 million shillings so they can go to the ATM and show their girlfriend, look at my bank balance. Those are the people enriching the banks, but they have formed a dam.
Yeah, they have.
And money is not flowing. There is no cash flow because it is not multiplying. It's a case of talents. Jesus' parable on the talents. When he gave people, the 5 people, the talents, and some hid it under the ground, others kept it, others grew it. When he came back, who did he reward? The ones who multiplied. The ones who multiplied. Because even
Before
Jesus,
you move on, what did he call the one who did not multiply? Who put it in the ground? You wicked servant. He didn't lose the money.
He didn't
lose the money, but he was a wicked servant.
No. Just say that again. He didn't
lose the money.
The money.
Yes.
He just
returned the money that
multiplied.
Yeah. He did not multiply it.
Okay, that means
and it was told, the guy who's, look at you, wicked, foolish man, give it to this one who has multiplied the most.
He would even have rather, if he lost the money, I'm sure he would have given some money because he tried to do something.
Okay.
So money, this is important. You see, the Bible says that the love of money is what?
The root of all evil.
Is the root of all evil. It says the love for money. It is not money.
No, it's not the love of money, it's the love of money.
It's the love of money.
Yeah.
The people who like to see big bank balances, they are obsessed with the money.
Yeah, actually, you idolize it.
Elon Musk is not obsessed with money. Elon Musk is obsessed with what he can do with the money. Multiplying it.
That's insane. That is so insane.
He does not care about money. He's like, in fact, this is what he was quoted saying, that to him, money is a means of exchange. He uses money to produce goods and services that solve human pain points. That's what wealthy people do. What do the rest of us do? We take money, we hold it so that we can meet our small kingdom expenses, and therefore our money never flows. But if you use your money to create a big solution.
Do you know, that is such small-mindedness, and I've been there, by the way. And the other day, let me just share this.
It's actually poverty mentality.
Completely. I was having a conversation with a very serious Kenyan. Like, in this media space, he's a top honcho. So I tell him my strategy. So I want to start doing webinars and I'm going to charge money. And so he starts listening. Okay. So then he told me, you know, that's nice. But how about you did them for free? I'm like, for free? Pius, I'm taking my time, my effort, my everything.
A lot of preparation.
He's like, but Rina, so many people need your help. Why don't you just give it for free? And now your client is not the guys coming for the webinar. Your client becomes now these guys who need to reach those guys. And so your mathematics completely changes. And I was just like, oh my goodness.
You move from a place where it is 1 + 1 is equals to 2
to multiplication.
To 1 + 1 is equals to 200.
I'm telling you.
It's
a mindset shift, because I'm just like, no, I need to make, you know, that mindset is a problem. Now, how can I change my thing to I need to make money to how can I help people? The math completely changes.
That's it.
You know, I want to come.
We are messing people up today.
Even you're messing me. I am people. People is me. So here's the thing. I want, you know, every time you guys are speaking, there are words that pop up. This word called multiplication. It is our next video we are going into.
We didn't finish that one in the last one.
No. There's a way that you have spoken about it that I've realized how am I thinking about multiplication. But here's the thing that I want us to say. Bank accounts is one. Let me ask. Chamas. Circles.
Oh my gosh.
Chamas have a pool of money. Fine merry-go-round, it goes round. But just explain to me, are there other places where this money remains idle?
Yes,
I'm trying to
I'll tell you the biggest one. Land.
Yeah, that's a big one. I was actually going to say land.
Maguta.
Don't say that, I know.
Maguta.
Maguta.
The biggest, the place where most of our money is lying idle is in idle land.
That's a pain point, by the way.
Yes.
A big one. Just 2 weeks ago, we got visited by some guys who are in the diaspora. And they were brought by a relative who was trying to tell them, guys, you need to get out of land. Oh, no, not get out, but diversify. Because you buy this land and it just sits there. Half these guys who buy land have no idea where it is. They've just talked to a company, been told, oh, there's land, it will appreciate. You go to that land, it is in some bundu somewhere. There's no strategy for what I'm going to do with that land. And so you lock money in it, and that money is not growing. It is stuck.
But you have to pay rates.
You have to pay rates. You have to pay, well, depending on where the land is, okay? So the point is that, why don't you put your money in something that can generate more money? The idea is you have to have your children, your money generate more. Your money has to generate more children. If it is not, then you're not, that is idle.
There's something you said.
The biggest, trying to frame this properly and kindly, but the biggest contributor of broke billionaires is land.
Dead assets.
Yes.
The big,
I'm very particular about using the word billionaires. There are so many billionaires who are actually broke because 90% plus of their assets are in
Land.
idle land. Or, and when I mean idle, it also means, it does not necessarily mean zero cash flow generation. It is where you have land worth, you have properties or land or properties worth $1 billion, but you are generating 2 million. That money, if you just give it to Rina, you completely change the mathematics. Your lifestyle changes instantly.
Completely.
Instant.
And the amount of people you can help by then, the impact you can have is amazing.
And without doing much.
And your money still remains
and
intact.
your money still remains intact. So, and I learned this very important thing, and let me just say it here, that the greatest wealth or inheritance I can leave my children is not assets, but cash flows.
Okay. Fafanua.
If you look at why many of the so-called the rich families in our country, when the generators of wealth pass on, why people fight, is because they were left assets with no cash flows. So they fight about the assets.
So they can sell.
So that they can access the cash flows by selling the assets. But if you leave your children a healthy dose of cash flows, they don't even care where the assets are, because the assets are definitely optimally managed by professionals. If I leave my 1 billion with Rina and it is generating 200 million shillings every year, my children don't care about the asset and who is managing it. They care about 200 million is coming into our bank accounts every year. And I realized that's where we need to switch the thing. Inheritance is, the best inheritance is cash flows. Because your children are most likely not going to be able to do what you do today, and probably not going to be able to be even interested in doing it. And then they also have their own individual missions and purposes, which are quite divergent to what you do today or how you created wealth. So if you give them a platform of cash flows, then you allow the experts to continue doing what they are doing very well, and the assets to continue being there, and your children to pursue their individual purposes.
I want to add one more thing to something you've also said yourself.
Yes.
The second greatest, in fact, it's the other way around, before the cash flow, is knowledge and wisdom.
Absolutely. Time.
For your children.
Knowledge, yes.
In terms of inheritance.
Exactly.
So that they...
Most transferable form of wealth is knowledge.
Knowledge. And then the cash flow.
Wow. Hey, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's fighting the mentality and getting us on the journey. Remember, end of the day, we're on a journey to get to the place that you've just spoken about, where we can then leave a generation money while they are doing nothing, earning money. Because the question that I started this whole series with was, can I make money doing nothing? Now I'm hearing about examples of people who are doing it. I'm hearing, yes, you can get this money, but put it in something called idle. In fact, before even I close this, is there somewhere else
where you people put money that is idle?
Yeah, you mentioned it actually, and I've experienced this myself. It's Chamas, and Chamas that find it difficult to execute on a strategy effectively. So you put money somewhere, and you keep putting it every month, and then it just does nothing. And I don't know what it is. Sometimes, we try and we want to be able to grow this money, but then we're not agreeing and so on. And so you lose time. And so I've begun to realize that I'm only going to do things with a chama that I can't do on my own. But this thing, we're sitting somewhere, Pius gets on in August, I get money in January. What is this thing?
It is true.
And by the way, I completely understand
The merry-go-round.
the merry-go-round, and there's people whose
It
lives
has-
have been transformed
Yeah.
by the merry-go-round. It has its place in
there's
certain
more.
circles, and it works for certain people. But we need to move from that being our primary source of sustenance to putting that money in something that can. So yes, you get your merry-go-round, you get your money back, but please invest the money. Don't just use it to buy crockery or to finish building, I don't know which part of the kitchen.
Even from the merry-go-round, pay yourself
Pay
first.
yes, because you're not paying yourself first by just having this money move around and then you spend it. So find a way to then create this money to generate more money.
Oh, Rina, the merry-go-round can pay itself first.
It should.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And each person as a shareholder of the merry-go-round, then maybe the dividend later on can come in.
Yeah.
But the merry-go-round, if it's looked at as an entity, can pay itself first.
It can.
Yeah, and the problem is the merry-go-round is just a way of mobilizing funds, not a way of managing funds.
That's true.
Okay.
So what all Chamas should do is to link up with a money market fund or something, so that that money is not, the pride is not, let's give 10 or 15 or 100,000 today to, and the joy is, I have 100,000 bob. What we should be telling Rina, we have sent into your money market fund account 100,000
I
bob.
like that.
Because it starts earning today. But if I give her today, and it takes first of all, that half of that money will be gone by the time
Let me
she
tell you.
gets home, because needs
so
appear from
It
nowhere.
comes on nicely.
I'll
on
realize,
MPESA.
oh, my fuel is on red. Oh
And
my goodness.
That's a important thing I've said. So there is another thing that we discovered with our money market fund. We have these clients who have given our money market fund account details to the people who pay them. So it acts like their bank account.
You just wire the money there.
So if I owe Rina money, instead of sending it to her bank account
Or to my MPESA.
or to her MPESA, I send it to her money market account in Abo, and it starts earning money immediately. So I actually even have some people who, when they pay me, I tell them, you just send to this account. I never even know they have sent money. But when I look at my statement, I'm like, Allah, there was a deposit. And it is not just a deposit, it has come with children. So
Oh
the
my.
same thing we need to bring into Chamas. We need to upgrade our Chamas.
Take it out to the next level.
Take it to the next level.
There's a
Okay.
place for
It's
a
Chamas.
fun-
It's just that
a
we need
beautiful thing.
to. Yeah, yeah.
But we now need to take
Yeah.
Chamas to the next level, where now they are plugged into these financial products that are making money for them while they are having their tea, and they should be discussing returns, not principal.
This applies to table banking as well. Huh?
Yes.
It applies to table banking
Yep.
as well.
Yep. So here's the thing even that I know about some Chamas. Some Chamas have, let's say you're given 5 Gs a month. We are going to take a 500 shillings for that trip we are going to do. But that 500 shillings can now be sent into somewhere where it is not idle.
Yes.
So the concept of this episode that we've just had, the pay your money first.
Yeah.
That money that you pay yourself first with, the thing that comes with that money, it should never
The idol.
be idle.
Never. That's an important one.
And now I want to take it to the next level. Multiplication.
Before you get there,
Ah.
I want to say something that I think is also very important. Once you start paying yourself first, you now need to go to another step where you need to know, to monitor how much that pay yourself first is becoming, which you call net worth. You get You need to monitor if I've paid myself first for the last 30 months. How much is it? And I like asking this question to many people. do you know your net worth? And it amazes me that people actually don't know their net worth.
Pass. Hold on. That's another video.
No.
I have so many
I want to
things to
finish.
say about
I want to
that.
finish. It has something to do with pay your fast.
Yeah, no. We're coming back in a second. Kata.